Okay, today on Fam Talk, I want to introduce something new, and it's called Fam Stories. I'm trying something new, so let's see if it works. Oh yeah. That wasn't right. Anyway, hey, I'm DT and y'all the fam, and this is Fam Talk. So we came here to do what? Talk. So let's talk about it. In today's episode, I want to introduce fam stories. And fam stories are just random stories that different people have told me. I spent many of 2022 trolling women. And it was a blast. It was very, very fun. It was hilarious. I really enjoyed it. But it's crazy because a lot of the things I was saying was based off of things that women told me or stories that women told me. In situations, stuff like that. I have situations where I meet somebody and she's like, I meet a stripper and we get ready to do a photography, and she's like, oh yeah, I got 3 niggas, you know, I get money from this one nigga. This one nigga, he pays, like he takes me out to eat. This one nigga, you know, man, he do this, and you know what? Yeah, one of them, I give him some booty every now and then, just by him being loyal. So I hear that story, right? And then I hear it. Okay. Well, that's just a stripper. So I talked to another young lady. She says the exact same thing. Yeah, I got a nigga who pay my bill. I got a nigga who, if I want some dick, got a nigga if I want this, I want this. She's not a stripper. She's a divorced young lady. And then I hear another story. Oh, I got this. Hold on. This is 3 different sources by 3 different women. Big, small, light skin, dark skin, divorce, no divorce, young, old. Hey, let me make a post about this. And that's how those posts came along, because it was just me pretty much summarizing the stories that I told. And today's story is going to be, this is wild. This right here is a wild story. And so it's a young lady who I met on Facebook. She was just one to add friend. And I added her, and she liked me, so we go back and forth. And of course, we get cool, we get close, we get into a little situationship where friends with benefits, you know. She lived in Birmingham, I lived in Huntsville. One week I come down there, take care of her. She'll come up to here, take care of me. So it was it was a very dope situation, because we catered to each other. It wasn't a real relationship, but we did relationship things, but we understood that this was not a relationship. The very first time I sat and went down to her house, spent a night with her, she ran me a bath, cooked my favorite mood, had my favorite liquor, had my favorite dessert, and really catered to me. Ran me a bath, we sat, man, it was dope, and I would do certain things for her. So of course, about us getting close, I'm talking to her and I ask her different things, and she's 40 plus years old lady, divorced, 3 kids. 1 kid is out in the military, and the other 2 still there, and blah, woo, woo, woo. So she tells me some things, and I'm like, I'm listening, and 2 plus 2 always equals 4. And so a lot of times it's like she has her own business, and her business is very successful, very successful. Like, she makes 6 figures. And so people be asking her for advice. She's like, yeah, oh, just trust God, it'll fall in place. But she's not telling the full story. So here's the full story. She was married to a 6-figure guy. And of course, as the great late Kevin Samuels, R.P. Kevin Samuels, he said, men who make money, who are 6 figures, they typically have options, and they typically execute those options. So in other words, he cheated. So he would cheat. She at the point was a stay-at-home mom, and she took care of everything, blah with the whoop and everything. So she told him, hey, they made arrangements. She gave him the ability to cheat, but it was only with a certain amount of women. he still went beyond that. So she was like, well, you know what? I tried to overcompensate. I tried to do this. I went out. Now, we know this. We know typically when a woman check out, she jump up and just leave. She make reservations. Like, so she build to before she decides to just dip out. She just isn't going to leave. She's going to leave with the plan. Now, why do I say that? Let me finish telling you this story now. So what she does is this. She decides to get her own business. So she started her business. And within 5 years, she built that business, but she built it off of his money. And so because she didn't have to invest her money, she used his money to build it. Any financial mistakes she made was okay because it was covered by his money. So she didn't have to go through the natural disasters that come with being an entrepreneur from scratch with no money. She had a backup plan. So she sat and made all the mistakes, did everything right, and she built her business to be 6 figures. Afterwards, she decided to divorce her husband because she has it. Now, of course, whenever a woman tells me that she's divorced, I always ask what happened. And most women will sit and say, oh, he cheated, he was abusive, so we always address the fact of the man cheating. But we don't discuss the fact that the woman cheated. She cheated. And she cheated with a photographer. Now that's very, very important. I'm a photographer, keep that in mind. That's very, very, very important. Keep that in mind. So, with that being said, once her business was established, she divorced him. Now, this is the interesting part. When she divorced him, of course, in most cases during divorce, the man pays for the divorce typically. But in this case, guess who paid for the divorce? The young lady who he was cheating on her with. That's tough. That's tough. That's very, very, very tough. And then even after they was divorced, he still stayed with her. So of course, now you remember the photography thing that I mentioned earlier, how who she cheated with was a photographer. The same tactic that she used to talk to that photographer, she used with me. Me and her was supposed to do a shoot, but we never got to it. Her and Old Buddy also did a shoot, but they never got to it. And it's interesting because if you talk to people, they'll pretty much tell you everything you need to know. You just gotta ask questions and listen. So she told me everything about what happened between her and the other guys, and of course I told her about the other women I was dealing with, because she knew she was not the only one I was dealing with. She was my favorite. She was the one who I invested the most into. Like, she knew that, and I made sure that we safe. I said, yeah, I smashed just amount of other girls outside of you. She knew that, and I didn't even ask her what she was doing on the side. I just said, make sure the rule of thumb is this: come back as you left. If you came back with no diseases, come back with no diseases. I mean, if you left with no diseases, come back with no diseases. That was it. I mean, it was a great setup. I'm kind of upset that it dissipated, but I'm glad it dissipated, because she really showed how manipulation works, and how great people can be at manipulation. Because just like how she had an exit plan with him, she had an exit plan with me. It's just that I paid attention to it and I noticed it, and I was able to maneuver. And because I set boundaries in the beginning, saying that if you do this, as long as you do this, I'll do this. If you take this away, I'm gonna take this away, and it's just gonna dissolve. I haven't talked to her. She was like, well, yeah, I think I'm ready to leave the salon. I said, cool, no problem. I only talked to her twice since that happened. And it's not, no, I'm hurt, I'm mad, but we set up boundaries. If you do this, I'm gonna do this. If you don't do this, I'm not gonna do this. So we're good to go. But it was just interesting how that. So this young is crazy that she left him because he cheated, but she also was cheating. And then when she divorced, that his new girlfriend paid for the divorce. Once again, like whenever I hear different stories, I always ask questions. So when I sit and I make the statement saying that, hey, women do not leave without a plan, that's one of the stories why I say that. Because hell, even with me, she pretty much told me her exit plan, as in who the next guy was. But that's why I tell people, if you understand humanistic nature, body language, sales, and marketing, you can see things a mile away. You can see things a mile away. And now what she says she's getting ready to do, she's getting ready to sit and write a book. She's going, and the title, everything is creative. And I was like, this book is going to be unhealthy. It's not going to help. It's going to destroy more families. It's not going to help families. Her direct response was, I don't care. I just want to make money. She hosted in December. She hosted a vision board event about the next guy. And it's interesting because I would see her post saying that, oh, I want my guy to be this, and everything. And it's interesting because a lot of those posts are written about me. And I'm thinking to myself, like, hold on, you're making posts about, oh well. But it's crazy because she understands what she's doing is misleading, but she's not going to change it because she wants to make profit. And it reminds me of when black people told Oprah Winfrey and Whoopi Goldberg, we don't want the movie Color Purple because it's going to hurt the black family. And Oprah said, shut up and watch the movie. So there's many occasions where specifically our people, black men and black women, will choose money over the community. And you ever get a chance, look up something called the Moynihan report. Moynihan, I think is how you spell it. The Moynihan, I'll probably put it in the description. Moynihan report. Check it out. It is very, very, very interesting. Very, 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 very interesting. Interesting report. But that's the story for today. And what I took away from that story is that number one, remember, like, detail. The thing is this though, when it comes to men and women are going to hide things from men, and men are going to hide things from women. In relationships in general, you typically show your best and hide your worst. But if you are very strategic and understand and ask the right questions, you'll find out what you need to know. And you'll be able to maneuver straight through, because I'm not mad at her. I'm not hurt by her. Like, she did what she thought was best for her situation. I'm not judging. She did what was best in her situation. However, I'm going to pay attention and do what's best for my situation. And hopefully these stories can teach you to listen and gain experiences and things like that. Because this next story is going to be interesting, because me and a good friend of mine went out with the same woman. She told him one thing and told me something totally different. And I will explain why she told him what she told him and told me what she told me. It is definitely every day. But hey, like, comment, subscribe, please. And if you like this type of content, please, like, let me know. Because once again, I'm trying something different. I want to give life lessons. I want to give entertainment. I want to give something of substance. But I also want to make it interesting. Because this could be this. Like, this is not bashing. This is not talking bad. This is me telling about experiences and things that I've heard and I've seen. So with that being said, as always, I love you. Till next time, peace.